And calendar date, October 31st, 1793. Halloween! Welcome to Train to the Redamancy, Lynx here, and we continue our journey. Last day in the monster world. Probably.
Cinder, it's time.
For the second time I waken to Alouette shaking my shoulder. How many more times would I wake up like this?
Maisie, come out to the cab when you're ready.
Alouette walked away by the time I stopped. I look out the window. The sky is still dark, but somehow the area is decently lit. I can see it already. The dragon's teeth. I feel a few rocks strewn everywhere and most of it up on a sharp upward slope. I stare for a while trying to work out how the rocks stay in a place on such a steep hill. I can only think it's all one rock mass under the surface, and we simply travel on the dirt and pebbles that have settled in the gaps between the massive fingers. Alouette peeks back out of the passage.
If you're awake, we'll need you in the engine room. We'll need a lot of steam pressure for some of those hills. If we need to, can you heat up the pipes like you did when you came in?
Sure, with the right fuel.
Consider whatever coal you need yours. We've got more than enough.
Definitely then. Alouette flashed a quick smile, then hurries off to the cab. I roll out of the bed and go straight into the engine room.
Hear me back there?
I hear you.
Give it a scoop, we're going in.
Our goal is a high bluff in the middle of the dragon's teeth. At its edge is the crossover point to the human world. We get a well-charted route, of course, one that minimizes tight corridors and high slopes. But circumstances being what they are, we've had to come in from the side, and well, anything could happen.
Oh, Meru, don't be so negative. If we do our best, we'll be fine, understand?
I got it. A rock passes so close to the engine room window, I jump back in surprise. Are we about going to be this tight? As soon as I think that, the train starts vibrating. We're going over rough ground again. We must make it before the sun comes up. The sunrise here corresponds to the sunset in the human world. Sunset on Halloween is when the portal closes. The portal swells to its greatest size just before it closes, so monster traffic through the portal peaks now as well. Normally we'd be through by now, but now we also have a content with monsters, hordes coming through the portal.
You make it sound so bad, Meru. None of that matters, we have to go through.
Yeah, I suppose. The train tilts back sharply and our forward motion nearly comes to a stop.
Ah, steep hill already. Sorry to ask so soon, Cinder. Can you stoke the engine a bit?
Sure. I step into the open hatch of the firebox. I lay my hand on the back wall. It's these tiny pipes I melted myself through that are in contact with the water in the other chamber. Hitting them more will increase the amount of steam pressure we had to make the train go. Like I did when I arrived, I let myself melt down and flow into the pipes. It's strange, I was far hotter when I was fixing the coupling rod, but I didn't melt. It must be a deliberate thing I do with my body structure. I can hear the water boiling and steamy beside me. If the engine had been this hot when I came in, I wonder if the sound of water would have scared me out. How different would my days have been? No, I'm sure Meru and them would have approached me again regardless. I doubt I could have suppressed my curiosity one way or the other. I passed through the other side of the pipes to the smoke box I came into. Through the thick smoke I see lights flying by in the dark sky overhead. Curious, I jump up and pull myself out of the top of the chimney for a look. Ahead of us, the portal's impossible to miss. It blazes like an eruption in the sky, its edges writhing and flickering like a flame, casting wild beams of light across the landscape. It makes sense now that I was able to see the landscape so well in the dead of night. Is this the light of the human world's sun? It sits at the edge of the high cliff just ahead of us. It looks like we'll have to drive practically right off the edge of the get-in. Tiny pinpoints of light in the sky flock towards the portal in all directions. At first I can't tell what they are, then I catch sight of some directly overhead. Ghosts, there must be dozens of them. One looks at me, its eyes are bloodshot and crazed. The portal must be a more tantalizing prospect. It loses interest in me and keeps heading straight. There are a few other dark spots headed towards the portal, on the ground and in the sky. Other monsters, I assume, but the ghosts are by far the most numerous. They must want to go to prey on human spirits. For many other monsters, it must not hold as much interest.
Oh, Cinder, are you in there? A little more, please, if you can.
I retreat back in the chimney. It's probably dangerous for me to be out here any longer. Back in the pipes again. Based on what I saw from the chimney at least, the rest of the way shouldn't be as steep. Sure enough, I hear Alouette's voice again as soon as I arrive back in the firebox.
That's enough, Cinder. It's leveling out now. Just some coal should do.
All these monsters, we should never attempt this on Halloween Day again. Far too dangerous.
You are such a warrior. They don't care about you, yes.
I step out in the fireman's room amidst their bickering. I take a bite of coal for myself before feeding the engine. We should have plenty left anyway.
Mistress, look!
At Meru's cry, I'll also look out the window.
Oh, that's not good.
The sky is starting to brighten. The monster world sun is coming up behind the clouds.
Meru, full steam ahead!
On this rocky ground!
There is no choice!
I can see the edge of the portal flickering even from out the side window. It must have swollen dramatically in just a few moments since I've taken my eyes off.
Come on, out of the way!
Alouette blasts the whistle and the train swerves. A panicked and confused humanoid that we just narrowly missed whips past the window.
Oh, Mistress Alouette!
I know, hush!
I throw an armful of coal into the engine and set it all ablaze. I ran to the engine room into the cab. The light from the portal through the front window is almost blinding.
Mistress, it's closing!
I know that!
Alouette blows the whistle again and beasts of all shapes and sizes in front of us scatter.
We won't make it!
For the portal filled the entire view from the window before, the edges are shrinking rapidly. It starts to recede away from the cliff's edge, leaving a gap of space above a dizzying drop.
The drop will kill us!
Headless, Alouette opens the valve. Full steam ahead! The train flies over the edge of the cliff. My wave lifts off the floor of the cab. Woo! The light from the portal fills the window and then there is darkness. Before we could fall all the way to the bottom of the cliff, the train slams down on something. I tumble and hit the floor hard. Then it's quiet.
Did we die?
The interior lights come on in the cab. Meru and I are both on the floor. Alouette has somehow remained standing at the controls.
Not just yet.
This is...
Why is it so dark? The void between worlds, we made it.
Oh! Meru flops on his back in relief.
Ha ha ha. Phew, I sure hope that never happens again. I bet I'm gonna be fixing stuff on this train for months.
Oh ho ho ho, I really thought we were dead.
It should be smooth driving from here. Just a quick trip through the void and we're there.
I get up and check myself for any injuries. It felt like I hit the floor hard, but I'm alright it seems. I look around. Where's Maisie?
Huh? She wasn't in the engine room with you?
No, didn't you ask her to come up here?
I did, but she never showed up. I thought she must have gone to be with you.
I haven't seen her.
Me, Maisie, hello, where are you? Maisie?
Meru heads for the main car.
The rear door just opened, Maisie!
The three of us leave the cab in a hurry. The route to the balcony is left open.
Did she go out?
Why would she? I check behind the screens around her bed. No, Maisie. The bedsheets are torn to shreds and books lie strewn everywhere.
Maisie? Oh no, did she?
She reverted.
What? What do you mean by that? Meru! He doesn't respond. I'll reach out to grab him.
It's the effect of the world of monsters. I'm sure I've mentioned that friendship and love don't exist in the monster world. We can bring it with us here for a short time, but it's a hostile environment. It will eventually be snuffed out if we remain for too long. We have charms on this train to mitigate it, but...
That can be it. You two seem fine.
Yeah, it seems quite good.
Maisie is sensitive.
What?
Her readings were always really low and she has nobody to protect her, so she's gone back to being a monster. There is no reading left here at all.
Excuse me, you knew she was vulnerable? But why in the places did you let her come on this expedition? She should have stayed home if she was prone to losing herself.
I didn't mean to. I didn't want to.
She was acting really tired yesterday. I should have said something.
I understand this. Shouldn't her assault means have prevented this for longer?
I was making it.
What?
Alouette had to drive the train for the past couple of days, so she asked me to do it. Maisie mentioned that it didn't taste right. I must not have made it correctly.
Alouette!
I'm sorry I put Maisie here.
There is simply no way a monster who's never even been to the human world could infuse it with the proper spirit. What were you thinking?
I step out to the balcony. Maisie must have left from here. I look out into the pitch black. There is nothing here.
This is another disaster.
Was this my fault?
Perhaps you could help me when I need to hold something. Or take my side when Meru speaketh unkind to me. Friendship is that sort of arrangement.
I look up. Is it my imagination? I see a faint white light in the distance. Could be Maisie. Of course, the rear door had only opened a moment ago. She couldn't have gone far. I'm going after her.
You what? Madness!
Who else can? Alouette needs to be with the train. I don't think you want to go out.
It's a fool's errand. Maisie can fly in the void. You will plummet to who knows where.
I can make it so you can travel.
Mistress Alouette!
Alouette had assumed the cup and shortly runs with a slip of paper covered in magic runes.
Keep this with you and you won't fall. Please bring Maisie back.
Should we do something like this with the train?
We can't stop in the void and it will take some time to turn around. We'll come back to fetch you two, but if you don't find her, she could be anywhere dead by then.
There is no time to lose. I'm going.
Sheer madness!
Despite his protests, it doesn't seem Meru cares to stop me.
I'm sorry I yelled, Mistress Alouette.
I'll have her back by the time you turn around for us.
Sure, thanks, Cinder.
I step off the end of the balcony into the darkness. The train recedes quickly behind me and I'm alone. The void feels sort soft beneath my feet with Alouette's charm in effect, but I can walk forward. I've lost sight of the white light in the distance. I run forward, fearing the worst. Thankfully, I regain sight of it quickly. I keep running. Maisie could be moving away and I need to catch her. It's close when it looked from the train. I rush to the light. By the time I cross, I realize it's not her. It's some tattered, glowing fragment of something. I catch it in my hands and it drifts through the void. What is this? This thing, it feels like Maisie is here. Is this a piece of her spirit? At my feet, I find a piece of cloth Maisie always wore in her hair. I take it with me. Should be wanting it. There are more drifting in the void up ahead. Many more. There are about 10 floating here. Standing in the middle of them, I start to see something. It's an apparition of Maisie and Alouette, sitting at the table.
Sure, Maisie, what fortune would you like me to read? Well, relationships, please. Oh, anything specific? I suppose I'm looking for a friend. Huh? What about around here? No, I mean... Oh, are people being bad to you? No, it's not it at all. For nowest I want someone special. Like towards to Meru. Hey, am I? Well, I guess. Anyway, sure, let's see what the cards say. Ding thee! Let's see, just a second while I do Sprite. Show us Maisie's special someone. Alouette, take it serious. Hehehe, alright. Don't want to upset the cards. Let's see. You're past the 8 of Cups and the 5, the Hanged Man. Maybe you were right that the person isn't here right now. Ooh. Let's see what this person might be like. The Ace and Queen of Wands, the Devil. Whoa, what a lot of fire aspected cards. I'd say you're looking for an independent, someone with a creative spark. And something to do with fire or the color red. Oh, I see! And the future. The Fool, the Knight of Wands, and the Tower. Oh, what does that mean? I think you'll find them upon our next journey to the world of monsters. Truly? The readings look good. Why don't you come with us and see for yourself? What? But do not always take a little tourists for the monster world. Oh, it'll be fine. What else are the trains and enchantments for? It will just be a quick trip. Well, if towards certain. Just remember to keep your eyes open. For someone creative, maybe passionate, red or fiery. I shall.
The apparitions fade as quickly as they appeared, the fragments of Maisie's spirit disintegrating into the void. Time for me to go. Just up ahead is another white light. It's much larger. It's Maisie for sure this time. Her back is turned, and she stopped moving. With a final burst of speed, I catch up to her. Maisie, I found you! Maisie? Maisie lunges me and I barely step to the side in time. Her eyes are shot through with red. She looks just like any other ghost in the monster world. Maisie. She doesn't lounge for me again right away. She's not even looking at me. Maybe she's still disoriented and confused from her sudden change. What should I do? How can I get Maisie back to normal? Maisie! Of course, the problem is she's lacking her human spirit. The spirit she built up from a year of living in the human world with Alouette's group. She's like this now because she spent too long in the monster world and couldn't get her nourishment from the Azov I made. Why did she lunge at me? It can only be because she wanted the spirit inside of me. Mace turns towards me again. I've learned the satisfaction of creating. I'd like to think I even know a little something about friendship. Is that enough to say it, Maisie, now? Regardless, I have to do it. I'm a monster. I'll live without whatever human spirit I've accumulated. Maisie needed to live the way she wants to. Besides, these experiences are written into my memory. Alouette told me I'm a natural. I'm sure I'll be fine. Come on, Maisie. Right here! Maisie lunges for me again. I don't dodge this time. Her ice-cold hands plunge into my chest. She rips out fistful of the white, tawdry stuff I found all along my way here and forces them into her mouth. As possibly my last act as the person I am now, I place her scarf on her head. When she's taken all she wants, she feels limp. I look all around me, as if seeing it for the first time. What was I doing here? I remember it in my head, of course, the train, my creations, Alouette's group. I remember thinking it was really important. I remember how it felt too. But I can't muster up that feeling anymore. I turned around. The monster world should be back this way. I remember what I wanted to do now. Take my new knowledge back to the volcano. I'm sure I can make some things to make my life there much more interesting and comfortable. The void's probably not the safest place either. I start heading back to the monster world.
Wait!
Miss Maisie grabs me and pulls me back. What?
What the terrible thing I've done? For goodness the purpose, were to not going to visit the human world.
I was, but why?
I understand it is difficult without the soul to guide the feelings. Over toward my friend I shall not let thee stray.
Stray from what?
To rememberest the purpose in journeying to the human world.
I remember, but I can make the feelings I had come back. I remember them, but...
If thou rememberest, thou hast won half the battle already.
This happened to you. What should I do?
Thou shouldst trust thy friend. Right now, thou art in the same situation to give to spirit to pull me out of. Trust it, I shall now show thee the way, even if thou cannot recognize it itself in this moment.
I guess that was the same reason I gave my spirit to you. Maisie notes.
Yes, for thoughts, for knowest what was best for me. Now I fear the price thou must pay is to accept the judgment of thy friend in return. Trust in the Redamancy I can give to thee. That is the best benefit that the human spirit have to offer.
If thou sayest so.
I do. Alouette was right. Thou truly art a natural.
I like to feel those feelings, I remember. It felt good. Can you show me?
I do it. Me my pleasure. Oh, the spirit shall surely return swift once we are in the human world.
For a while now, a light has been growing in the distance to our side. The whistle of the Hollow Eve echoes through the darkness of the void as it approaches.
Shall we go?
Lead the way. A game by Crosscolor and Meant to Be. Original soundtrack by Crosscolor, art by Crosscolor and Meant to Be. Story concept and script by Meant to Be. Train sound effects from Mixkit. The end. That was a cool game. I liked it. Traveling to the monster world, finding one supposed monster that has some human qualities just like the others. I had expected in the end some twist, and definitely Maisie losing her humanity, I guess you could say, was that twist. Maybe that's not what I expected, but yeah. But it happened. Luckily enough, everything seemed to be safe, unless they have to travel through the void for a year, circling around or something. If not, and they can hopefully safely get back to human world. To be fair, hopefully that happened. Would be nice. That's definitely something that would be a great final result. Did it happen? We have no clue. We can hope it did. Good game. As per usual, link in the description. Alright, I need to run actually out, so I'm not gonna do any like lengthy talking. I enjoyed it a lot. Good story, great characters, super lovely. Hope you enjoyed it as well. You know, consider liking video, subscribe and so on, if you haven't by now. And again, go check the link in the description and go check other games from the devs and so on. Of course, also, most importantly, have a wonderful day, and tomorrow we are starting another game. Bye bye!